Right. Well, President-elect Donald Trump hard at work selecting individuals for his cabinet in preparation for his second term in the Oval Office. Only the second time in American history a president has been elected to non-consecutive terms. With his return to the White House, many taxpayers are frankly optimistic about the future. But in order for taxpayers to see a brighter future, there are key portions of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that will need to be extended and strengthened as quickly as possible come 2025. Here to discuss the importance of the TCJA is the Executive Vice President of the National Taxpayers Union, my friend Brandon Arnold. Brandon, nice to see you again.
Thanks so much for having me.
If we could lower, this is what I've never understood about the left. I mean, you can see the cause and effect. Ronald Reagan did it. Hell, John F. Kennedy did it. If you lower taxes, you bring in more money. That's generally how it works. You lower taxes, business ramped up, people work more overtime, although there might not be any tax on overtime. We'll see how that promise plays out. But the point is, people work harder, businesses work harder, more money is made. If more money is made, more taxes are paid. One thing happens, the next thing happens. So lowering taxes actually stimulates growth in receipts to the IRS. It's pretty simple, tried and true, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we saw this. We have to get in the Wayback Machine, look all the way back to 2017 and 2018. We passed one of the most significant tax relief bills in a generation. And what did we see? The economy took off. Workers were working more hours and getting paid more. Businesses were succeeding at unprecedented levels. And what it also did was improve our global competitiveness. We no longer had these companies inverting, moving their headquarters or other parts of the company overseas to look for lower tax, more hospitable jurisdictions. Instead, they were investing on the United States soil. That created jobs, it created economic activity, which, as you said, creates tax revenue. That's not the reason why we passed tax reform. We do it to help workers, to help businesses. But the added benefit that we get, of course, is more tax revenue. And that allows us to not run up these massive deficits and to avoid the kind of crisis that we're in because Congress has spent money so irresponsibly.
I agree with that. So let's talk about the Trump tax cuts, which, as I recall, at the end of 2017, the Democrats were targeting Donald Trump every which way but Sunday, as Chuck Schumer put it, right? They're coming after, and all of a sudden, almost out of the blue, here came these tax cuts, enormous tax cuts. And that was a real driver for the economy we had until COVID hit, right? I mean, that was a real driver that drove the economy forward, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we saw a tremendous boost of investment. People were investing more. Businesses were investing on the United States soil. Absolutely critical. And if I may be so bold, I would say the reason why Trump just won the election is because people thought back to that economy in 2018, 2019, that pre-pandemic economy, and they want to get back to that place. They want to get back to a place where they're not racking up credit card debt. We're seeing credit card debt, other forms of household debt skyrocket. We talk a lot about the federal debt. We don't talk as much about the debt that families are facing as they take on more debt just to afford their grocery bills or pay their utility bills and so forth. People are taking on debt. They're beginning to default on that debt. They want to get back to those good old days, 2018, 2019, when jobs were plentiful, wages were going up, and we were seeing the economy really just start to take off.
Well, you're exactly right. And look, I just looked at the numbers. I think that individual debt in America here today, if I'm not, it's between 17 and 18 trillion with a T, $trillion, right? The biggest drivers of debt, credit cards and car loans. And while people are making more money and they're able to service that debt for the most part, we're still at like 80% debt to income ratio. Tough place to be. The worst place we've been since the Great Recession of 2008, Brandon, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got this tremendous consumer debt. We've got national debt of $35 trillion, which has to be addressed. So you can't ignore it forever because that'll come back and haunt us all. What do you want to see from this administration for fiscal policy, for policies addressing debt, for policies addressing tax levels? Thank God we're not going to be seeing tax on unrealized gains. We've got that going for us. But what is it you would like to see?
Yeah, I mean, we need to preserve the gains that we made in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017. That's first and foremost. As you noted from the outset, the majority of that tax package is going to expire at the end of 2025. So we need to lock that in. That means keeping individual tax rates low, that larger child tax credit, the standard deduction doubling, which meant that a lot of people now file their taxes using the standard deduction rather than itemizing, a lot of tax simplicity as well as lower taxes. But we also need to be mindful that we can't keep spending in this direction. Putting those additional debt dollars on the backs of our children and grandchildren is morally wrong. So we need to start taking on the debt too. And now that we have, a president that wants to address the debt, a Congress that wants to address the debt, they need to actually roll up their sleeves and put their money where their mouth is. That starts with a commission. I know we've talked about one with Elon Musk leading the charge. That's very exciting news, but there's a lot more that needs to be done. We need to roll up our sleeves, start cutting the debt. If we do that, not only will we see an improvement in our overall debt picture, I think that will put a downward pressure on inflation, coupled with good investment-oriented tax reform. I think we'll start getting those inflation numbers back to where they were before the pandemic. And
well, I want to touch on one thing. Yeah, I want to touch on one thing before I let you go here today, Brandon. That is, we have, according to everything that I see and read, about $1 trillion of unspent COVID stimulus money hanging out there. That's never been, look, COVID's done. We have $1 trillion that hasn't been spent, and you know how government works. Oh, we got to spend it. We got to get it. I hope that Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, whoever can stop that money from going out the door and say, wait a second. We're not going to spend all this money on your little pet projects. We're going to haul that $1 trillion back in and say, look, we can't do this. And save the American taxpayer from spending money that should not be spent. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, it should be easy. It's never easy, but it ought to be easy. When we gave hundreds of billions of dollars to state and local governments, some of them use them for reputable things, but a lot of a lot of these jurisdictions were using them for pickleball courts and other ridiculous items. We can't allow that to happen. We need to protect taxpayer dollars, use it more judiciously, bring those dollars back. Let's use that to pay for tax relief, permanent tax relief if at all possible. And let's run this government a little bit more efficiently than it's been done in the past. I think we can do that. It's a tough job, but I think that Trump and the Congress are up to the task. They better be.
All right. Brandon Arnold, President of the National Taxpayers Union. Brandon, always good to see you, my friend. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot.